Running a bit late as usual, but this time I feel like I have a pretty good excuse. Probably the worst road I've ever ridden on in my life.
But it's 10 mile time
I
trial.
think he was dropped on his head as a child.
Oh, he was dick swinging.
Big weekend of training coming up. Really looking forward to this. In a pretty big block of training ahead of 70.3 Swansea and getting stuck in. Feeling fatigued, feeling tired, feeling good. Saturday morning, 20 hours of training deep already this week. Over 5 hours of training to do today, 5 hours of training to do tomorrow, so it'll be a nice 30-hour training week, same as last week. So there's no time to waste. Let's get after it. Today's session is just getting a bit of tempo work in, so it'll be about 15-16k overall, and within that I've got 7k worth of effort, which will be between 320 and 330 pace, and that's not a whole 7k block. That is split up between 2k efforts and 1k efforts with some jog recoveries in between. So just really focusing on that race specificity. It's on tired legs, so if the paces are good, I'll be happy. That one was a little bit speedy. Let's try and keep a cap on this, shall we? Okay, easy now after 2k. One just above 320. One just under. Guess I've got to hold that on race day now, eh? Gel to get me home. Let's finish it off. Session done and done. Coming up to 16k on the dot. Felt super strong through all of those. Felt epic, actually. Really good. And excited to get going with the rest of the day. I'm really hoping that the wind kind of blows off this cloud cover and we can get some sunshine for the bike ride later, because that'll be lovely. Next session of the day, heading out to Cromwell Quarry with Brett. Gonna get a nice open water swim done. Hopefully the legs don't cramp up after that run. But as you can probably tell, I'm running a bit late as usual, but this time I feel like I have a pretty good excuse. Basically, I've been arguing with the Bristol Council for a bit of time because they sent me a fine for the clean air zone, which was warranted, but because they got the letter to me so late, I owed them like 180 quid apparently, even though I only literally just got the letter that day, and because it was delayed by such a big period of time, I had to owe them so much money, which I wasn't keen on doing. So I've been arguing with that for a little bit. That came through, I've paid that off. Luckily it wasn't 180, it was only 60, but yeah. Clean air zone charges, bloody, I know the idea's good, but I don't like it because I don't drive a car that allows me to drive in.
On the breakfast show.
3.3k.
Yeah.
Brett's tired.
Tired, aching.
Yeah.
Hungry.
Very hungry.
Very hungry.
We're going to get some food, yeah?
We can go
Please.
get some
Please.
food and bacon sandwich.
Yeah.
Before 3 hours on the bike.
And the sun's coming out.
And let's hope this warms up a bit.
Yeah. New shoes. What are you saying? Looking pretty good, aren't they? They won't stay this white forever. So yeah, cheers to Bont for sending me those, and I will likely do a in-depth review between these and the Zero Plus shoes because they're pretty damn good. But yeah, first day testing them today, and I'm going to enjoy the white on white. windy one today. What have we got on the cards, mate?
3 hours
Yeah.
with 3 by 15 minutes sweet spot effort
Nice.
with 10 minutes recovery.
Yeah. And we'll just be going out and back on this road, just hopefully like keep it nice and controlled. And yeah, twat laps, is that what it is? We're doing alright though. Twat lap's done, mate.
Twat laps done.
I'll be honest, right? Probably the worst road I've ever ridden on in my life. You don't think it's that bad?
I train it all the time.
Mate,
It's
I don't know why he does it to
proper
himself.
British country road.
It's worse than that.
Nah.
I think
it's 10 mile time
I
trial.
think he was dropped on his head as a child and he thinks it's good.
You know it. Emergency fuel.
Yeah, red ambulance, mate.
#1
Energy drink, please sponsor us. So first effort we did what, about 300,
Yeah.
and then for some reason my second one was 322 and Brett's was
305.
305. So yeah, something went wrong there for me.
Basically, Harry was dick swinging, and I was being sensible.
Yeah, and then on the third one I was a bit screwed, but we still got 310, so it was all right. But wash your Kit Kat, get back home. Done for the day.
Done for the day.
5 hours of training, not bad. Back home now, finally. It is a late night and we've still got a big day tomorrow to finish off the week. But yeah, I'm really, really looking forward to it. And training, I hate to say it because I don't want to jinx it. So touch wood. But I'm feeling the fittest I've ever felt. I am working the hardest that I've ever worked, and I'm being the most consistent that I've ever been. And it feels fantastic. And it's something that I am slightly scared to talk about because you never know what can happen on race day. You can only control what you can control. But I loved actually listening to Joe Skipper talk about it in one of his recent videos, and he said that, you know, the fitter you get, the luckier you get. The harder the more work you put in, the luckier you become. It's like buying lottery tickets. The more lottery tickets you buy, the more chance you have of winning. And that's what I feel like where I'm at the minute. I feel really good, feel really strong across the board. I feel the fittest I've ever felt, and I'm working so bloody hard. But I'm also like, I feel like a mental pivot, and I'm just really just loving the process. I'm loving, rather than thinking too much about future goals, which I think was a big mistake of mine, getting a bit too tunnel visioned, not enjoying the process. Like, this is the dream almost. Like, I know this sounds a bit like, this is me getting a bit like wax on, wax offy and a bit spiritual, but this is the dream. Like, the goal, the final goal, the destination, it doesn't really matter, but this is like, yeah, this is everything, and I'm absolutely loving it at the minute. And I'll show a screenshot of my fitness score, my fatigue score, my form score. So as you can see, my fatigue is quite high, but my form's actually pretty good, and that's what I feel like within myself as well. And this is what's really important actually, is to look at data and have, obviously, you know, the bits of data that we get from everything, every device that we use, and it's really important to take that with a bit of a pinch of salt, and also, you know, utilize your own feeling, get in tune with your own body. And I think through years of training, racing, I'm very in tune with my own body, and I feel like my feeling actually really connects with the numbers there. So I do feel fatigued, however, I feel like I'm holding on to really good form. I feel like I'm still really consistent, and I still feel like I can push a little bit more. 2 more weeks now. So next week, what I'm going to be doing is having a half week of work, half week of slight recovery, and then the week after that, that's race week, and I'm just going to be revving the engine. As I always say, leading up to the race, it's important to recover from the work you've done and then start revving the engine. If you just come off your hard work and start revving, you can still carry quite a bit of fatigue through to the race. So the idea is to get rid of all that fatigue, rev the engine, get the body fired up for race day, and yeah, I cannot wait. It's gonna be a pretty savage race. I've looked at the start list, and it looks pretty strong. I'll be honest, 70.3 Swansea is gonna have a pretty stacked start list. There's some big names there. Probably the one for the win is gonna be Nishlag. on an absolute another level, but there's also plenty of other boys out there that are going to be competitive, so it's going to be really good, and I'm really looking forward to it. So training's going well, I'm feeling really positive, I feel in a completely different headspace right now, which is fantastic. Long may it last. Time to maybe have a beer and then go to bed and do it all over again tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe if you haven't done already, and I'll see you guys in the next one.